Hello everyone! We present you here the first unit of the second module of the project. The second module is entitled the European and National Laws, Regulations and Certifications for the Circular Economy in the Foundry sector. This is the first unit out of 3 and its title is European Action Plan for the Circular Economy. In this unit we will present you the European Action Plan for the Circular Economy and we will describe its main objectives. We will also provide some explanation to ensure less waste and actions to reduce industrial emissions. The first chapter of this unit concerns the description of the European Action Plan for the Circular Economy. First of all, we will stress the importance and the main points of the European Action Plan for the Circular Economy, because we have to think that there is only one planet Earth. And so since the global consumption of materials such as biomass, fossil fuels, metals and minerals is expected to double in the next 40 years, and since annual waste generation is projected to increase by 70% by 2050, we can understand that we need a plan to face this situation. And one of the first action that we can do is to scale up the circular economy from front runners to mainstream economic players. And this will make a decisive contribution to achieve climate neutrality by 2050 and to decouple economic growth from resource use. In this context, European Union needs to accelerate this transition towards a regenerative growth model to reduce its consumption footprint and to double its circular material use rate in the coming decades. This Circular Economy Action Plan provides a future-oriented agenda for achieving a cleaner and more competitive Europe in cooperation with all the economic actors such as consumers, citizens, but also civil society organizations. The plan presents a set of interrelated activities to establish a strong and consistent framework from a product policy point of view that will make sustainable products, services and business models. Measures we will put in place to reduce waste and to ensure that European Union has a well-functioning internal market for high-quality secondary raw materials. The European Union will continue to lead the way to a circular economy at a global level and use its influence, financial resources and expertise to implement the goals established in the 2030 agenda. Moreover, additional essential actions and framework of the European Action Plan for Circular Economy will be explained. We can now move to the explanations to ensure less waste. This chapter is dedicated to the activities that can ensure less waste. And in fact, one of the most important slogans in this context is less waste, more value. The action plan follows some lines that comprehend the enhancement of waste policy in support of waste prevention and circularity, the enhancement of circularity in a toxic-free environment, the creation of a well-functioning EU market for secondary raw materials, and the consideration of the hot topic concerning the waste exports from Europe. But how to ensure less waste in foundry? The foundry industry, in fact, is one of the major recyclers of waste materials. In fact, some foundry processes have the potential to generate hazardous wastes. There will be explained basic management options for minimizing both the amount and degree of hazardous wastes associated with foundry waste. In this final chapter of this unit, that is entitled Action to Reduce Industrial Emissions, the learner can learn how to reduce industrial emissions. The strategic lines of the plan include the objective of zero emissions in 2050 and an installed capacity from a renewable source close to 60%. Circularity is an essential part to transform the industry towards climate neutrality and long-term competitiveness. The Commission will enable greater circularity in industry by different actions and following the industrial strategy. But what are the actions to reduce industrial emissions in foundry sector? There are many ways to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions from the industrial sector, including energy efficiency, fuel switching, combined heat and power, use of renewable energy, and the more efficient use of recycling of materials. For example, most foundries have been required to install air pollution control equipment over their melting operations. I remind you that this is only an introductory video. If you need to access the material of the courses, you can go to www.chromafor.eu. Thank you for your attention and follow us.